Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everybody's doing great today. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing great. It's a good day in the alien space. Why is that? Well, we heard from Richard Hart just last night. I woke up this morning and I turned my phone on, and I don't do it every day, but I checked and I was like, ooh, you got some green today. This is good. How? Why? I always had to ask why. Is it just, is it the moon? Well, I found out later that it was because Richard Hart recorded a video, and it wasn't a short one. He gave us an hour. And yeah, it was great to see him. Like, I know he puts his pant legs on one at a time, just like we do. But I look up to the guy. I mean, he's one of the greats. And everybody else apparently feels the same way because the chart is printing green. What chart? I don't know. Everything on PulseChain. So, yeah, it was good to see him. It was good to see some green too. I mean, it comes and it goes. We have two colors in crypto. It's green and red. We see a lot of each of them. We've seen a lot of red, in the last couple of few years. More red than green. But green is always welcome. I hope everybody's doing great. I got to understand that, sometimes people, good morning, Hex Elvis. I don't think I've seen you before. Good morning, Shaka. Hey, let me know if you guys, I can't see from my perspective. You guys can't do the super chat thing, right? Join the pump. Me too, man. Just let me know, because then if I know, then I'll go investigate. That whole thing, Shaka, is a pain in the butt, man. I mean, getting whatever they call it monetized, good grief, man. It was fine until it didn't work. What's on the wrist? It was fine until it didn't work, and then I got to go fix it, which I thought I fixed it, but I haven't heard anything, so I don't know what's fixed. So what's on the wrist is magnetic jewelry, and it's also on the finger too. Nobody has asked this question before. A buddy of mine sells it. You guys can look it up. It's a super, super, super niche thing, kind of like Hex or pTGC. It's metal that has been infused with magnetic resonance frequency, like the frequency of the earth. It's supposed to help with pain. I don't really have any pain, but I mean, my buddy's like, he's a salesman, but he sold some to another buddy of mine who I know is 1000% male. And he's like, you ain't going to get me to wear no bracelet. I mean, he's a veteran from the army and this and that. And my buddy's like, just wear it for a week. He come back. He's like, I'm buying it because of pain. I think he had pain. I wear them. I don't wear them for, looks or nothing like that. But I have a hunch that they thin blood. I have a hunch. If you know anything about muscle testing, super chats are not active. Thank you. I'm on a tangent and I'm reeling myself in. This is about crypto. Hey, we're bumping today. Let's have a look. Thank you so much for that tidbit of information, Mr. Shaka. Let's have a look. Bitcoin is at 90. I'm going to call that, I like round numbers. Bitcoin's at 97,000. Ethereum is 1,800. Pulse is at 403. It's up. Pulse is up 11%. pTGC is up 25%. No, the watch. Oh, it's just a cheap Seiko. It's I traded some window cleaning years ago for it. Seiko. I think it was $130. I have in mind another watch. Once we're all crypto rich. UFO is up 19%. Let me get this back up here. These are the tokens we're going to be talking about. The Grays currencies, pTGC and UFO. PulseX is up 17%. Hex is up 19%. Well, that would be pHex, which is hex, correct. And then eHex is up 16%. Ink is up 19%. They'll stop there. So everything's going good. I really like to review. Okay, what's going on here? Oh yeah, we are in WPLS. I like to look at the USD chart. Wow, guys. Yo, this is crypto, is it not? Wow, man. In 3 days, we are up. Let's see, we're up 40%. I was going to say 40%. 40% on pTGC in 3 days. That is beautiful. Let's look at the weekly. I want to look at the weekly chart and we'll get into the ratios. That's good. I accept. Let's go back to the daily. I want to look at what is wrong with this chart. Now, this is the chart inverted to show us, to show how we're performing against PulseChain. pTGC has a strong history of moving up against PulseChain. For the last 3 days, we have moved up 18% against PulseChain. So 40% move in USD, 18% against PulseChain. I love it. How about UFO? Another little dandy, the other little dandy. Whoa, in USD, it is up, is up 24%. And then little trick, guys, take your pTGC and UFO and pair it against any of the assets, and you can find the other assets. You can just thank you, Shaka, for showing this to me months and months ago. Click on other pairs, and you can find your UFO Hex, UFO PulseX, Ink, and so on. And do this. Flip the chart to the other token, and you'll see how well UFO is performing against that other token. In this case, WPLS. We got a nice little, this on the 3 day. Let's put it to the daily. We have a very, very nice pump against PLS in UFO. Yeah, I see that. We're at 0.62. I like it. So just so you know, guys, one of the reasons Prairie Banana and many other people in this ecosystem are so excited about the Grays currencies is how well they're performing against the layer 1. We love PulseChain. We love the core tickers. We love a lot of projects on PulseChain. But these little dandies here have been performing magnificently against the layer 1. And we've been burning the layer 1 too, and Hex and Ink and so on, PulseX. We've been bonding with them and sending PLP tokens to the dead address. So we're like a tremendous supporter for the PulseChain. If you guys want to, good morning, Lemonade. If you guys want to, post any relevant things that Richard Hart said in his, I think it was 1 hour, go ahead and drop it in. I don't mind talking about it because I haven't actually listened to it yet. I'd listened to like the first 10 minutes, but I've been busy this morning. So I will listen to it later, but I'm like, yeah, man. As a cassette tape maxi, I'm currently very upset with RH. What do you mean? What do you mean, GT3? Drive by, hello. We'll watch on replay. Okay, GT3, sounds good, man. But if you can, let me know what you mean about cassette tape maxi and upset about RH. Oh, you want to listen to him? Yeah, that's how I am too. I mean, when I'm here, in my office, I can't work and listen to him at the same time, and I've got to focus on my work when I'm here. All right, guys, I don't know if you understand the opportunity that we have here in the Grays currencies with these two little dandies, pTGC and UFO. being memeable, meme-like, having meme-like characteristics. Ian came onto our spaces on Saturday and lit me up. I think he lit the community up too. He's like, guys, this is a meme coin cycle. People aren't, I gotta ask Grok how many people are actually interested in utility. I am going to look this up. Just bear with me. Because we say people aren't interested in APY and utility and all that, but there are some. I'm standing in the shoes of one. However, to make the point, he says, people don't care about that stuff right now. They're after memes. They're coming over from Solana and other chains, and they've got bags, pockets full of cash, and they're not looking for utility, but for another meme to chase a pump to make gains. And when they come over to PulseChain, we've got to be loud. We need to be loud so that they hear us and come over and start with these meme coins. Look at our mascot. Look at that thing. It's an alien. Can we have a better mascot? Except from a dog, man's best friend. We've got the alien mascot. Yo, we got it nailed down. So we're going to get loud and we're going to make ourselves attractive to meme coiners. And then when they come over, they buy our asset and pump the chart. And then they discover that this asset is more under the hood than just a meme coin. And it's actually paying them yield every day. And they can stake it and earn more yield, lock it, and earn even more. Then they'll minimize the amount of profit that they take from this ecosystem. And they'll stay. They'll be inclined to stay. They'll at least have to think twice about exiting when they discover what these tokens do and what these tokens can do for their lives versus just jumping into another meme coin. So with that in mind, I want you guys to follow, if you're not already, and I know all you guys are, but just out of protocol, I am going to pop the main, we call it the main account, into the comments here. Go follow this account. pTGC. pTGC. We're making meme videos, meme content and such. I want you guys to, whenever this comes into your feed, repost it with a quote. I'm going to show you guys. Let me show you guys how to do this. We're going to be on, I think we're going to be on for a little while today. I'm going to try to keep it short, but just bear with me 1 second. Now I'm going to show you guys. That is not going to work. Give me a second. I got to be on the correct window, Okay. Watch this, guys. So you're on Pulse. See, if you want to find pTGC, there it is. We just updated the description. pTGC and UFO meme coins with a mission. Join the alien invasion for cosmic fun. Let's moon together. With a link to our Telegram. Okay, so everybody can come into the Telegram and enjoy the conversation. And then we use these hashtags. Okay, we're already up followers by about 10 since yesterday. This is what we're doing: videos like this with a meme-like description. Something that's exciting. When you repost these, guys, this is what you want to do. Click on repost, quote, select quote, and then you'll make your comment, whatever that comment is, and then include your hashtags, pTGC, UFO, PulseChain. All right, so do that. And of course, you're going to repost it, but in your comments, when you guys make a comment, just make your comment and then include some art, media, something from your computer. And if you go into what I'm doing, guys, is I'm putting like a cheater code thing in here in Telegram for you guys to, it's like a template with a link to a Drive file that has art in it. So we really need to leverage the algorithm, because the algorithm, I have asked ChatGPT this, and it says we've got to repost from one account. So repost from the Gray 369 account, make a quote post. Okay. So say something, could be anything, include the hashtags, and that helps the algorithm. And then in the comments, make a comment. Of course, heart it, but make a comment and include a picture, because pictures go a long way. And then that video that we posted yesterday has, like, let me get my eyes on it. It has, oh, I'm not tracking real good. Here it is. Oh, this is my account. I'm sorry. It has like 12,000 impressions, which is really good for our account. It's about double. We normally get like 2,000 to 4,000 impressions, something like that. We got 12,000 on that video yesterday. What does that mean? Well, I DM'd it around and I put it in a bunch of groups. And that's what I'm doing. I am posting these links, these videos in groups that I'm in, trying not to be, too, hog the show, but every once in a while. And most of the groups that I'm in, people hold the Gray's currency. So I would think that they're inclined to repost. So that's it for that, guys. Good morning, Lemonade. Let's move on. We've got a mission, guys. We have a mission to accomplish, and I've got to get my stuff back here so I can see what I'm doing. So anyhow, it's time to get loud. So what is the difference? So this is mainly for new people, and I know there might be some new people in here. So for you oldie goldies, there will be some stuff in here for you too. But this is mainly for, we're going to forsake the 99 for the one that needs some help. And by the way, if you do need some help, you have a question, drop it in the chat down there, and I will address it, because I love a good question. It doesn't even need to be a good one. You think my question is too basic? No, drop it. Because if you got a question, we want to answer your question, and nobody's going to make fun of you on my channel. Okay. What's the difference between pTGC and UFO? All right, let me just tell you in very simple terms what the difference is. pTGC, I'm going to state some differences, okay? pTGC is a 5% tax. UFO is a 6% tax. Okay, we got the differences in the taxes covered. A fee. Sorry, it's not a tax, it's a fee. And we believe in pay to play. I mean, you pay to go into Disneyland, you pay to go to Disney World, you pay to live in the United States, or wherever you live, you pay taxes, right? So we don't have an issue in paying to play. And as a matter of fact, I haven't built the slide yet, but when you pay in pTGC and UFO, you're actually injecting into a system that is paying you back. It's really alien tech. And part of that pay goes into strengthening LP pools, which are strengthened more than the yield. How do I put it? There's more in LP than we're earning in yield. So there will always be exit liquidity for yield. So that's a very key thing that I wanted to mention about the pTGC and UFO. pTGC's LP is burnt like 90. I don't know what that percentage is, but it's a very high percent is burnt. UFOs is community provided. We provide, if you hold Hex, Inc., PulseX, Pulse, and both hexes, by the way, you can provide LP and UFO. So LP in pTGC, burnt. UFO, it's community provided. pTGC is 19 months old. UFO is 12 months old as of just a few days ago, like last week. I'm going to show you a chart. This is one of my favorite charts in all of crypto. And you can guess what it is. Oh, I wanted to show you guys this. So here is, now this was a few months ago I built this slide, but this is pTGC and UFO. I'm going to remove this little media asset thing here. Against Pulse. pTGC on the left, UFO on the right. And that was, and we have come down a little bit since then, but we're going back. I am fully convinced, fully excited about that. We're going back. It's just a matter of time. All right, now let's get my next slide here. This is the one I was going to show you. It's my favorite chart in like all of crypto. And then this one too is a few months old. Yeah, it was from 31 January 2025. And it has corrected a little bit, as you might imagine. But I'm going to use this one because, like I said, I think we're going back. It's a matter of time. So in this one, you see the blue and the gold, okay, which are pTGC and UFO. And then you have the 4 core tickers, Pulse, PulseX, Inc., and Hex down below. And look right here where it says, you see where it says December and there's a little bit of movement from Hex. Look at the exaggerated movement in pTGC and UFO. It's just like off the charts. Well, not really off the charts, but I mean, exaggerated. And it's just like, what is going to happen to pTGC and UFO when Pulse and everything on it makes its move? I mean, we are literally an index of the best tickers on PulseChain. We're bonded with them on purpose because when they move, we are going to move. And what has been happening is that we are moving more. They move this much, we move this much. Last year, when Pulse moved 4x, pTGC moved 42x. Yeah, man. So what's gonna happen when Pulse does a 10x or a 20x or a 100x? We're gonna look at that a little bit later on in this presentation, but I think you get the idea that the greatest currencies, I hope I'm conveying it to you, the greatest currencies have the ability to do some impressive numbers. They already have. And as was stated to me, well, they already have, so they probably won't. Well, I'm not so sure. This is crypto, and some crazy things can happen in crypto. It's the highest appreciating asset of all time. So what separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens? And there's a lot of them out there. By the way, a lot of them give credit to pTGC, which makes me wonder why I would hold those other tokens. I hold some of them, and be careful. Be careful about hype, guys. Just be careful. I've learned a lesson in the last few weeks. I have some regrets in my life. My brief crypto life, I have some regrets. So this is me. What I've learned is that when a token says, "Oh, we're a better pTGC," we do this just like pTGC. Well, better check it out. Okay, do your homework and have a good hard look at it. Don't ape into it until you are fully convinced that it is a better pTGC. If it is, you make your own decisions. I haven't found one yet. So what separates pTGC from other assets that might claim, and I appreciate them at least giving credit where credit is due. That's wonderful. Okay. We are playing well in this ecosystem. Okay. No need to beat anybody up. Really. We're going to win correctly, like a gentleman. So what separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens? The DAO. That, in my estimation, is the number one thing that separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens. That, in addition to, it was launched at the bottom of PulseChain, allowing the DAO and the contract to pair with cheap RH tickers at the bottom of PulseChain, so that when PulseChain does a 10x, those liquidity pools, like we got like what, six? Oh man, it's escaping $6 million in LP right now. Six. We'll look at it in a Secreto Bank. We got millions of dollars in LP, and when Pulse 10x's, that's going to 10x to $60 million. We'll look at it. That is one thing that separates pTGC from other fee-based tokens, is that DAO. And so here's another way that the DAO is different. The DAO allows pTGC to move like it's a ship on the sea. Like a ship on the sea can go anywhere it wants. It can avoid a collision. It can jump on this current and go this way. Other tokens can't do that. Well, a lot of tokens. All they can do is they can go up. How do you do it? I got to think of a good illustration, but they can go up and they go down, but they have no way to control their tokenomics to where they can, get on some currents or avoid some collision. But pTGC does. With the DAO, with the funds that go to the DAO, the 2% of the fee goes to the DAO. It can say, hey, we're going to bond with this new token, or we're going to burn pTGC tokens to reduce the supply. The DAO gives pTGC a lot of flexibility. That's really cool. And I attribute the DAO to one of the reasons that pTGC has done so well. Got some smart people in the group, guys. And I hope some smarter people are coming in. I want everybody to come in and experience this token. All right. I mentioned just a few minutes ago that pTGC and UFO are index tokens. Well, let's talk about why they're an index token, what an index token is, and I'm going to show you how they are an index token. And you guys can look this up for yourself, secretobank.com. Let me type it into the comments. secretobank.com. This was created by my buddy, Snowflake Society. Yeah, I know. What a name. Sometimes these names, at least they're good for a laugh. All right, I'm going to put my screen up, and we're going to look at secretobank.com. What you do is you click on volume. Click on volume right here, and then select a default address. I'm going to select pTGC for this example. We're going to click on check volume. All right, I'm going to scroll down so I can find out the number I was scrambling for just a few minutes ago. There it is. We have $6 million in total liquidity, and there's probably about $6 million in UFO also. So the thicker the liquidity, the more attractive we become to larger players. And because larger players are looking for thick liquidity so they don't have to deal with as much slippage, right? So we are bonded with, now look at these liquidity bonds, $2 million pTGC and UFO. They're thickly bonded together, pTGC and UFO. That way, when one moves, the other moves because of Hart's law. Tokens bonded in liquidity together will move together. And then you have our bond with PLS, WPLS, $1.4 million. PulseX, $700,000. Hex, $500,000. And when when Hex 10x's, that's going to be a $5 million pool, which is very attractive for larger players. And when people are, I'm not a crypto expert. You might think I am, but I am not. I'm still learning. But what I'm wrapping my head around is that when people are making a transaction and they set on PulseX, they're swapping Pulse for pTGC, for example. They set that auto router, and then the AMM bots are looking for, I think that's how this works. Somebody got to correct me in the comments. Anyhow, when they do that, I think it's the PulseX. No, the auto router is looking for the thickest liquidity route to get the best deal for that trade. And because pTGC and UFO are building very thick pools, we are going to become increasingly more and more attractive pools. And so there's going to be a lot of volume coming through our pools, basically is what I'm trying to say. And because we've been able to scoop up cheap RH tokens at the bottom of PulseChain, those tools, I mean, those pools are just going to become exponentially large, okay, and very attractive to the AMM bots and traders. So that's very exciting. Let's look at the UFO pool. Get it pulled up real quick here. There is the UFO pool. And let's see what the volume is. 91,000 today. I'm as happy to see pTGC's volume up quite a bit today. So total liquidity is $7 million. So between the two tokens, we have $14 million in liquidity. And if you scroll down, you can see there is a faucet. If you scroll down, you can see the recent volume. Like back in January, March 22nd, we had $2.2 million in volume for UFO. So that was the peak day. And we'll use some volume stats. I mean, we'll use some volume in a moon math that we'll be showing you later on in this stream. So I want you guys to understand some key points about pTGC and UFO. And this to me are some like bullish things to be excited about pTGC and UFO. pTGC has burned 12% of its supply and it's continuing to burn with every single transaction. UFO has burned 8% of the supply. There are 3,000 people in the Telegram. I remember when there was under 1,000. It wasn't long. And then we're at 3,000 right now. How many are in the Hex Telegram? 40,000, 30,000? I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time. But they're coming, guys. I think our Telegram, it could be over 10,000 by the end of this year. I hope, because that means a lot of people are paying attention, and they should. These tokens have the ability to change the landscape of crypto assets as we know them. I'm very excited about them. There are 14, let me see. There are 14,000 pTGC wallets. 14,000. Can I say only? There are only 14,000 pTGC wallets. It sounds like a good number, but in reference, in respect to broader crypto, how many crypto people are there? There's like 3% of the world's population is in crypto, and we got 14,000 pTGC wallets. 2,400 of those wallets, only 2,400 of those wallets hold $1,000 or more in pTGC. There are 6,000 UFO wallets, and only 755 hold $1,000 or more. So we got room to grow. We got room to grow, guys. Let's go. Oh, we're going through the DApp, guys. You guys ready for this? Hey, Ayok. It's good to see you. I think there's a lot of distraction today from everything that's happening with RH, and that's good. I'm excited for that because I see there's 64 people here. I wonder, did I post this on X? I think I must not have. No, I did. I always do. I think I'm live on my X. But it's all good. We're moving forward. Let's go to the DApp. Show me the DApp. We're going to review this right quick. Let me make sure that I'm getting my mind set correctly. Okay. Yep. We're going to do this. We're going to do it. Everybody waiting patiently. Hey, some of you guys should stream. Some of you guys should stream for the greatest currencies. I mean, if you get into it, get educated. I mean, just start. That's the thing, man. You guys want a following before you want a following. That makes sense. Start garnering a following before you just realize you want one. And here's one clue to your future self that you might about yourself that your future self might want to have a following is that if you are entrepreneurial, okay, if you're an entrepreneurial and get a shower and get an idea in the shower every day, start getting your following on X and YouTube or wherever kind of socials. Why? So you can influence them for the Grays currencies and just start. I mean, you're like, well, I only have 100 followers on X. Guys, at this time last year, I had like 500 followers on X. It might have been 600, maybe 7. I got 2,200 now. Been working at it. YouTube, kind of the same thing. I think I had about 500 on YouTube. Now I got about 1,500. It's been a long, slow process, and it's taken a year. You guys can do it faster. Guys, look at me. Come on, you guys can do it better. So start. Okay. Let's go. Let's review the Grays. PulseTGC.com. So you got yourself some pTGC, which we'll cover at the end of this, how to get pTGC. But let's say you've got some in your wallet. Then you're going to come to PulseTGC.com/staking, just right here. Right here. You know what? We should review let's go review the fees, guys. Love our alien meme here. Isn't that cool? Yeah. 0.5% of the 5% fee burns pTGC. 0.5% is bonded with PLS, and those PLP tokens are sent to the burn address where they can never, ever, ever, ever be recovered. 2% goes to the DAO, which buys, usually it will bond with other tokens. It'll pair pTGC with other tokens, or it will burn tokens. That's normally what it does. 1% goes to holders and stakers. That's you guys. 1% goes to stakers. So you see the stakers are going to earn more. So that's the fee, guys. And I'm going to we're going to cover staking. Like, I've got some pTGC. And by the way, as soon as you hold pTGC, you are earning reflections every day. Like, you'll see them kind of like magically appear in your wallets. Just, you can write down the current amount that you've got of pTGC and then check it the next day, and there'll be a little bit more. And that happens day after day after day. That's a beautiful thing. That's called reflections, and that's yield, APY. I call that mailbox money, only without the mailbox. How cool is that? So you've got your pTGC and you're earning reflections. Cool. But there's 2 other ways that you can earn with the Grays. You can stake. And in order to do that, you click on this button right here that says Stake TGC. And you just select however much you want to stake, 100%, 50%, or just type in a number. Okay. And then confirm it in your wallet. And then once you have a stake, let's see, this wallet has 1 million pTGC staked. And here is what I've earned for staking, 5,092. And I can claim that yield by selecting this button right here. And that when I claim, it'll be in my wallet earning reflections. Right now it's sitting, actually, this is sitting in the smart contract. So I'll claim it and it'll go to my wallet and just be sitting there. Sorry, I opened up my Rabby. And it'll be earning reflections. Now, if you have a stake and you want to withdraw it or end the stake, and there's no time commitment for these stakes, guys. There's literally, you can start a stake and only have 1 stake per wallet, and you can just leave it there, okay, endlessly if you want. What I'd like to do is once a week claim my staking, and I'm overdue by a few weeks on my own personal stuff. I really need to get after that. But if you decide you want to access your principal, this 1 million pTGC, you click on withdraw, and you can withdraw however much you want. I can't right now because this 1 million pTGC is not just staked, but it's locked down here. Okay. But in theory, if it was not locked, I could withdraw this, and I can withdraw however much I want, and I can't because there is none staked. Okay. When you withdraw, though, you're going to pay 1% fee, a 1% fee that goes to all the other stakers. So just know that. And you're like, well, how am I going to get my ROI back on the 1% staking fee? Well, it all depends on appreciation of the tokens and volume, network volume, So we've estimated somewhere between like 1 to 3 months, I think, is a reasonable guess for how long it takes to get your money back to pay for that 1%. And listen, it's 1%. It literally just 1%. So, all right. So that covers staking. And we're going to talk about locking. I think before we do that, let's do that. So let's talk about the difference between reflections and staking, and then we'll get in and locking, and then I'll show you the locking. So reflections, they come into your wallet automatically. Staking also come into your wallet automatically. Actually, they're held in the contract. The reflections go to your wallet. The staking and locking rewards are held in the smart contract. But this is how it works. 1% goes to holders for reflections. 1% goes to stakers. Okay. And that is all contract dependent, right? You're not depending on somebody else. With the locking, you're depending on somebody to early end their lock for you to get paid when they nuke 30% of their principal, which goes to all the other lockers. Okay. And there's another key difference in that, because the lockers are depending on the person, reflections and stakers are depending on the smart contract. But here's a big difference. Another big difference is that reflections and staking rewards come into your wallet based on the price of the token today. Like when that contract does its thing, it's buying. Okay, if somebody buys $1,000 worth of pTGC, $50 is the fee. Okay, the fee is going to be $50 on the $1,000. So 1% going to holders, 1% going to the stakers. The contract's buying pTGC and sending it to all the holders and stakers. It's buying it at the price that it is today. Okay, as price goes up, it won't be able to buy as much. It's going to buy the same amount, but you're going to get fewer tokens sent to your wallet. And what does that mean for tokens that you're earning today versus tokens you're earning 6 months from now when the price is 10 or 100x? Those same tokens have 10 or 100x. Okay, I just want to throw in that little nugget. So reflections and staking is based on the contract. The locking is not based on the contract. It's based on humans, early end locking. And it doesn't matter what the price is for unlocking. What matters is the number of tokens. So if someone has 1 billion tokens locked up, I keep seeing this light flashing on my face, just cars driving by. Somebody locks up 1 billion tokens, and then they're like, and they do 100x. They're like, okay, I paid $100 for these tokens. They're now worth $1,000. If I early end lock, I'm going to nuke $300, but I'm still up $600. So sign me up. I'm in profit. Okay. So they nuke $300 worth of their $1,000 bag. And the contract don't care what those tokens are worth. It's just going to distribute them to all the lockers. And we're going to see in a moon math calculator what that could be worth at certain price levels. And it's significant. But that is what you stand to earn, significant, because you are taking a risk. Like you're locking your tokens for a period of time. And you're taking that risk of like, I won't be able to access these unless I'm willing to nuke 30% of my principal. But the yield could offset that. So we'll look at that. All right. So what else do we got to look at here? Give me a second, guys. While I think, I'm going to take a drink. Thank you, Mike. Go. Appreciate that. So, okay, let's just go back. So we're going to talk about locking. And there's a couple other things I did. Oh, let's talk about that. I'll show you the locking section and what I was reviewing. Thank you, Mike and Romeo. You guys are on top, man. On top, man. Couple things. Oh, what was it? Couple things you want. Oh, I lost my thought. I'll have to get it back. Because it's important stuff. Well, let me just review the locking. We'll continue here. So this is a 10-year lock. Oh yeah, I remember now. Before I forget, guys, one thing you want to do when you're locking. Okay, let's talk about this. You're like, I got my bag of tokens. I got them staked. And now Perry's talking to you about locking, and maybe I can make some. It's like the superpower of pTGC. Now I got to think about, like, how much do I want to lock up? Do I want to do a locking ladder like Prairie's done? I did a locking ladder. I did some 90-day locks. And what else did I do? Locking ladder, 90-day locks. Oh, and 10-year locks. Lock one day in the next higher tier, and you'll be earning from that higher tier. So if you want to be in, like, I guess I'm going to have to show you guys. This is a slide. Hold on. This is the part of the presentation where it's all discombobulated. So let's have a look at the locking tiers. Okay. So your 90-day locks are going to earn 55%. What does that mean? Oops. When you get yield from your lock in a 90-day lock, when you claim that yield, you're going to keep 55%. 45% goes to the dead address. If you have a 5-year lock, you see that you keep 80%, 20% goes to the dead address. The mega big one is the 10-year, 10-year lock, where you keep 100%. And like I was saying, the pro tip is if you lock one day into the next higher tier, you will earn from that tier. Okay. I mean, if you're thinking about locking, write that down. That's a humdinger, guys. You can save yourself a whole year. And obviously, once that lock is mature, you can leave that lock going. It won't start moving into higher tiers. If you have a 5-year lock and you go for 6 years, it doesn't work that way. But you can leave that lock and it will continue to earn. Like, you make some 90-day locks, which is a good place to start if you need some time to think about what you want to do long term. Do 90-day locks. You can relax and think about it. You'll be earning 55%. And no harm, no foul if you go over 90 days. It's cool. It's really cool. Really, really cool. And don't lock up this is my advice and what I have done. I actually did it. I actually did do this and I regretted it. But if you lock up like a huge bag, if you have a big old bag of pTGC and you lock it up in a big 10-year lock, it might not be the best idea. Because then if you're like, oh, I did my 10X, I did my 100X, and now I want it all. Well, you're going to have to unlock the whole stinking thing. How about you lock it up and break it up into some smaller locks? Like, then that way, if you do your 100X, you only paying 30% on a smaller lock. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. You guys are smart. So that's it. We covered the big locking ladder. Like, I have annual locks that go out 9 years, one day into the 9th year. And I also have 10-year locks. I've got some 10-year locks. Like I went big. And then I have some 90-day locks, which have been mature now for about a month. pTGC and UFO are the golden goose. They lay in them golden eggs. Just be careful. Use your head, guys. I would think of these currencies as a cash flow machine. That's how I have built mine to be. If you exit the cash flow machine and it runs away from you, just say goodbye to your cash flow, right? Your yield. So like what I have done is I have a certain amount of my principal that I am not willing to forfeit. And my 90-day locks, like I have a certain amount, just a nice even number. My 90-day locks are above that number. And those to me are fair game. And any yield that I've earned from locking, holding, or staking is fair game for me. Just be careful of nuking the goose that is laying golden eggs just from one investor to another. I'm glad I'm not muted anymore. I almost want to delete that comment just because it got my attention. Like, am I still muted? Oh no. So I think that's it for locking. There's guys, there's a lot of, if it wasn't for the locking in this ecosystem, it would be actually pretty plain and vanilla. It's the superpower of the grays of the pTGC ecosystem. Locking is, it really is, because as price goes up, as you'll see, the locking rewards could be a really big deal. All right, I think that's it for the locking. Well, for pTGC, I mean. Let's go over to UFO. Now, give me a second here. Yeah, guys. UFO. So it's on the same DApp, pulsetgc.com. Just hover over this and click UFO token. Bam. It's going to bring you to this page right here. And let's say you have some UFO in your wallet and you want to pair it with Pulse. So you're going to select manage pool, add liquidity, and I already have some liquidity in this pool, but I'm going to collect. If I wanted to add more, select add liquidity. Bam, bam. You have to have equal amounts of each. Like I don't think I could do all the UFO, and yeah, if I tried to do all the UFO, I wouldn't be able to use all the Pulse, but vice versa, I wouldn't be able to use as much of the UFO. Okay, makes sense. Click add new liquidity, and you'll have an LP pool. And so you would just do that in your wallet. Now, what I would do if I was doing that right now is I would go to, again, select UFO token. I want to go see that pool. So this time I'm going to select UFO PLP rewards. Scroll down a bit. You can see all the pools. And by the way, guys, I want you to know that if you pair UFO and pTGC, you are going to pay the tax going in and coming out. So that one to me is a no-no. I am not paying 5% tax on my pTGC and 6% tax on my UFO for a combined 11% to enter the UFO pTGC pool. I just wouldn't do it. And I think it has, on the previous page, there is a warning. So, but we made a UFO Pulse pool. Here it is. The UFO shares. Okay, there are 1 million. You see, I have it highlighted. 1 million UFO shares. I'm going to talk about that in a second after I talk about the rewards. Whatever LP pools you have here, the rewards are going to be totaled here. You can claim all of them by selecting that button. The rewards are in Pulse. It'll go straight to your wallet. What's in your wallet? And then your UFO reflections are going to be right here. Okay, this wallet has 1 million liquid and 1 million in a pairing. So I'm earning UFO and Pulse. So let's talk about UFO shares. UFO shares are the superpower of the UFO ecosystem. What are they? They are effectively, they're a reflection of how much UFO you input into a certain pool. If you put like this one, I input 1 million UFO into this pool, I get 1 million UFO shares. What we found and what we speculated back when UFO launched is that the UFO shares are going to become valuable. And I have proven it with a spreadsheet that I could probably find, but I'm not going to take your time. I'll tell you what I discovered with this very pairing that you just saw. What I discovered is that if I were to unpair, okay, I just said that UFO shares are based on the amount of UFO put into the pool. So this LP has a 1 million UFO shares. That means I put 1 million UFO into the pool. So, but right now, due to impermanent loss, the UFO in that pool is literally about, last I checked, 250,000 UFO. Why? Because the market valued UFO more than Pulse. So I lost some UFO. That's a bummer, but I didn't lose my UFO shares. That's a dandy. I love my UFO shares. So here's the thing. If I exited that pool, if I undid that UFO Pulse pair, I'd have 250,000 UFO and whatever PLS. And now if I decided, oh man, I really like those UFO shares, the million, I'd have to go buy 750,000 UFO and then pair it with an equal amount of Pulse to get that 1 million shares. Oh, and the reason I want the UFO shares is because that's what determines the amount of yield, right? That's how it works. UFO shares determine your yield. UFO shares will not change. They remain the same, regardless of impermanent loss. So what I found is that the UFO, what I found is that if I unpaired and decided I would have to, and I wanted to get that pair back because I missed the yield, it would cost me 2.6 times more overall to get those shares back. And that's just from I made this pairing last year, and this is just like a month ago when I did this experiment. And as we go into the future, I think what we are going to discover is that those UFO shares are going to become more and more rare and expensive. So it's like, come and get them. Right now at the bottom of PulseChain, Pulse is it's what, 70% below SAC rate right now, something like that. I mean, the UFO shares could do a number of X's. That's what I'm trying to explain here. So UFO shares are the superpower of UFO. Locking is the superpower of pTGC. I'm just very grateful for these superpowers. I mean, what's the difference between, here we go. I just got this idea. What's the difference between pTGC and UFO and other fee-based tokens? We got a DAO and we got superpowers. Yeah, man. That's a good one. We got a DAO and we got superpowers. Each of them has a superpower. Yeah, that's the new thing, man. We got a DAO and superpowers. I showed you guys the locking tiers. You guys ready for some moon math? It's going to be juicier today because of what's going on in the network. I'm not going to look. I'll look afterwards. I'm always looking at the chart. It's exciting. Let's do some moon math. You guys ready? You guys even here? Is anybody listening? 79 eyeballs. Yeah. I think the spaces are going to be pretty lit this Saturday. So show up for spaces at, I won't be there, but spaces will be at 7 a.m. Pacific this coming Saturday. Moon math, guys. Here we go. Let me pull up, look into. I'm going to have to log in. Log in. Give me a second, guys. It's a good time for a drink of water. Let's go straight. I'm not going to review any stats. Oh, I missed something, guys. Let's go back to the DApp. I wanted to show you guys this. Hold on. Oh, let's go. I want to show you guys the gear. So go to the Gray's gear. You can get hats, beanies, hoodies, t-shirts, flasks, playing cards, coasters, mugs, and what else we got? Stickers. What are these? Desk mat. That's new. Well, hopefully the pickleball paddles come back too. But yeah, lots of stickers, right? And I can speak from experience. The phone cases are cool. I mean, they're just a phone case, but it's like a phone case with my personalized stuff on here. This is my stuff. Yeah. So I wanted to show that to you guys. Do you guys? Yeah, I did show it to you. Okay. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's it, guys. Let's go back to the moon math. Get back to the moon math here. I am a bit of a moon boy, so if I get excited about moon math, then you'll know why. All right, we're going to do 3 different moon maths in here. One, we're going to see what pTGC could be valued if Pulse does 100x. And pTGC has done about 14x against Pulse in the last year. We're going to tone that down. We're going to tone that down to 7. And that's what we call the X factor, guys. So when pTGC does a 7x against PulseChain and PulseChain does 100x, that's 700x for pTGC. So this is going to be 100 times 7, 700. We'll calculate it. And we'll see that the price of pTGC would be 22 cents, 700x. You guys can do this at home. Just take that 700, multiply it times the price of pTGC, and there you have it, 22-cent pTGC. Who would not like to have a 700x? I know this old guy would like to have one. So that's Moon Math 1. Let's do some reflections estimating. pTGC. We're going to go into experimental mode, use a demo wallet, calculate yields. And what this calculator does, guys, is it estimates based on math, actually. So I don't know if it's like really an estimate. The volume is an estimate, okay? But it's going to show us what this wallet would earn at certain volume levels. Now, we've already had, I think, $2.3 million in volume on pTGC. So we're going to, for this, we're going to use $5 million in volume. So calculate yields. There's our $5 million volume. And it's going to say, okay, well, this guy with the shark, 571 million tokens, which in today's dollars is worth $178,000. He would earn in a year 154 million pTGC, or a 28% APY. That's really good. Yeah, know what I mean? And a shark, let's see, this is the current guy. Let's go down to a dolphin. A dolphin is 29 million tokens, worth $9,000. Guys, we in spaces, good grief, man. In spaces on Monday night, this is for reals. I got a 29.67. That's pTGC. Give me a second, guys. In spaces, it was 9.67. Let me copy this. Hold on. 29,670. Yep, indeed. Wow, guys. Wow. Just a few days ago in Spaces, we were talking about pTGC being 6,000. It was 6,900 for a dolphin. Now it's 9,000. So it was 7,000. Now it's 9,000. Just crypto is amazing. So at $5 million, $5 million in daily volume on pTGC, this person would earn $7 or $205 in a month, $2,500 in a year. But that's at this price, guys. See, like I said, what happens is you earn tokens today, and then you just keep them in your wallet, and then they appreciate. And tomorrow, when they've done 100x, those tokens that you've earned day after day after day after day during this time period are now 100x tokens. That's cool. Let's do it for UFO. Let's do the same thing. $5 million in volume for UFO would garner, this guy, he's a dolphin, 573 million UFO. He would earn 637 million UFO. UFO's return is really good. It's APY. Just so you guys know, the APY for holding UFO is about 5 times more versus LP'ing. It just is what it is. Hey, Christopher Southern Reeves, saw you on Spaces. We saw you on Spaces Monday, I believe. I think. Yeah, we're ready to fly. I've seen you somewhere in the last, I want to say 24 hours. Man, I've seen you somewhere. I'm not being goofy or spooky. I'm probably being goofy, actually. I think I saw you on Twitter. Maybe you could help me. I obviously need help. All right, so that dolphin, this dolphin here would earn 32 million UFO. Oh, why was I saying? Oh, that's for yearly. He'd earn 637 million UFO. I'm getting confused now. Why does it say 32 million down here? Yeah, there's something wrong with this. I think that there's something wrong with this, but maybe hopefully I can discern. Okay, a squid is 9 million UFO. He would earn 53 cents per day at $5 million in volume. And this is reflections only. This is not LP. This is reflections. And I think I'm about ready to go on to, if you guys want this site, it's lookintoptgc.com, probably both. Yeah. In Spaces too. Okay. Look into ptgc.com, and you can have access to it for $17.28. Hey, Revo. Always positive. We try to keep it always positive around here, man. $17.28 a month. And you can have access to not just what I've been showing you, but other stuff on the site that I won't even show you guys, because it's like the good stuff. Like the staking. You can see the staking and the locking stats, like who's going to unlock the biggest bag next and stuff like that, and that's more static information. So I don't show it on screen because you guys could screenshot it. And not you guys wouldn't do that. Anybody could screenshot. Actually, I'd even screenshot it, man. I am a capitalist. Who isn't? All right, let's go look at. So that's the staking. That's reflections for pTGC and UFO. Now we're going to look at a lot calculator. Got a burn calculator. Ooh. Got a burn calculator up here now. All right, let's show the screen. All right, guys. Oh, psych. What we found from an experimental wallet that we have is that there is about 395 million PTDC being early unlocked in any 30-day period. So, and like right now, if you go back, it's like 600 million because a lot of people have been early unlocking. But last year, it was 395 million PTDC early unlock. We can do a lot with that number, because we know how much is locked total. We know how much is early unlocked on average in a 30-day period, and we know how much user has locked. Okay, what else do we need? Oh, we need the percentage. Like if you're locked for 10 years, that's 100%. And by the way, guys, if you put your locking strategy into ChatGPT, it will tell you what percentage overall that you have locked up. I mean, not that you have locked up, but that you would earn. Like I'm a 96.3% locker, meaning I get 96.3 of all the locking rewards that I can possibly get with my what do you call it? With my bag. You can put that in ChatGPT and figure that out. So what this calculator does is it lets you input and this one's free. I'm pretty sure don't quote me on that. Go check it out for yourself. It might be free on look into ptgc.com. You put in your bag and the average monthly unlock is already in there. And then a simulated price. It could be today's price. It could be a future price. And then your lock earning percentage, like mine was 96.3. We'll just leave it at 100% to simulate a 10-year lock. You are welcome, AKP. I'm glad you appreciated that. That's good. I try to keep it concise. Try to give you guys everything. So this is the total locked. This is the simulated unlock amount. And let's make this 100 million. Okay, you've got 100 million tokens locked in a 10-year lock. This is just to make it really easy for you guys to estimate your own. Okay, 100, you're in a 10-year lock, but you didn't lock it up in all one bag like Prairie recommended. And then the price is now 10 cents. Right. What this calculator is going to do is estimate for your bag, this is your simulated bag, how much of this locking penalty would be yours based on today's price. Okay, now this is the average for 30 days. So you scroll down, $8,500. $8,500 in 30 days of locking penalty rewards would be coming to you. What if we went to $1? $85,000. $85,000 of PTGC goes to $1. And if you have 10 million locked up and it's $1, $8,500. Guys, locking is the superpower for pTGC. Yeah, man. So I'm a big fan. Just beware, take your time thinking about it. Talk to your spouse about your plans. Consult with some of the guys in the Telegram. Just be deliberate about it. It's my advice. Let's go to how do I buy these tokens? How do I buy these tokens? Do it on PulseX. I'm pulling it up for you guys, and I'll show you here in a second how this works. Connect your wallet. Okay. Set your slippage to 6% for PTDC because of the 5% fee, 7% for UFO because of the 6% fee. So set your slippage, and when you're done, set it back to a reasonable amount. Okay. Turn your auto router on, and then you'll need to have Pulse or whatever token you're swapping out of. And then you can just select, I think we're in here, pTGC. You'll find it. You'll find it. You guys know how to do this. And if you have any questions, just jump into the Telegram and ask. Oh, there was something. There's so much to this ecosystem, guys. Really. Like when you stake your tokens, there's stuff I forget to say. When you stake your tokens, you're going to see them in your wallet. So don't get confused. And a lot of people are like, how come I can't sell my tokens? Well, they're staked. And it does add a level of theft protection too, because if somebody gets a hold of your wallet and they're trying to send to their wallet, but they can't. And if they don't know, they got to unstake those things before they can send. Well, that's good, you know. Then hopefully they don't figure it out. So there you go, how to buy. Now let's look at positions. Like I want to buy. My goal is a dolphin position. Has been through the whole bear market. I think it's going to become. It's already $9,000, guys. A dolphin position is $9,000. Then you get the squid. You get what you can, guys. There are people, smart people, that are thinking we're going to be waving goodbye at 10 cents as we zoom on past. So, yeah, my advice is just, it's not advice. Yeah, it's not advice. I should never use that term. I'm just excited about this ecosystem, guys. And I try to be honest and like genuine. I think my excitement is genuine, but I get genuinely excited about a lot of things. So let's just see how much it's going to cost for a certain position. And I've got it right here. pTGC and UFO. Here's your burn supply. And I updated this a few weeks ago. So it's close, and UFO same. Here's the current supply, roughly, and the current price as of this morning. So a dolphin is $9,144 or 29.2 million tokens. A dolphin in UFO is, let me see here, 5. Ooh, it changed. Okay. See this number up here, guys? This 5.37? That means you can buy 5.37 more of the UFO supply per dollar than pTGC. Am I putting pTGC down? Well, I guess maybe just a little bit. I'm bullish. But if you are a guy like me that likes to buy a certain amount of a supply, then you can certainly do 50-50. I mean, you could just do 50-50. There's nothing wrong with that. The only reason I show you this buying a position chart is so you can make an educated decision. And right now you can buy 5.4% of more of the supply of UFO than you can of pTGC. What does that mean? I don't know. It's up to you it's up to you to determine what that means. I think we're almost done. There's a couple more things I want to talk about. And we are good. We're under an hour and a half. This is great. I think we'll get this done faster in the future too. So I want you guys to consider joining the Space Force. What is the Space Force? It is Mike Go in here. It's Prairie. It's anybody that has a gold circle. Now, some people can't put a gold circle around their profile picture for whatever reason. And it's okay. But if you can or are inclined to, I would like you to join the Gold Circle Space Force. It sounds funny, doesn't it? We were a meme coin. We're framing ourselves as a meme coin. And we have a strong community. And that community has gold circles around their profiles. So when they're on Twitter and YouTube and Telegram, we stand out. And when you're on a Twitter space in another ecosystem and you see other gold circles in there, it's my buds, right? It's my buddies. And it's happened. It's cool. So the way you do it is you go to secretobank.com, where we looked at the volume and the liquidity pairs. And there's a handy thing here. Click on Gray's profile picture. Gray's profile picture. You upload your profile and then adjust it with these sliders over here. And then you'll just download it. And we already have some new ones. Oh, all right. Cool. How come I recognize that guy? There's no way I recognize that guy. But maybe I do. And if you guys would do that, that'd be awesome. But again, I understand if you can't, because there are some things I can't do. You know, it's just life. All right, security. We're going to end on this, guys. Crypto is very serious. It's a very serious business. You need to take it very seriously. You're putting in money, $1,000, for example, that could turn into $1 million. You want to protect that now before it turns into $1 million. So this is just a few simple words of advice. Never digitize a seed phrase by typing it into a keyboard, even if you're on a crypto only laptop or something like that. Never digitize it. Never key it in. Never screenshot. Never whisper it out loud. You know, just keep that seed phrase very, very, very protected. Etch it in some stainless steel. They got kits on Amazon. Have 2 copies. I use the passphrase. Oh, something I forgot. Whenever you buy pTGC, buy it from a wallet you want to keep it on because you pay the tax. And same for UFO. So you don't want to transfer it from wallet to wallet. Use a hardware wallet. I don't have an example here. I like the Treasure ones. They're battle tested. They're simple. They're thin. They have a real button, and you key it. You key it in. You program your seed phrase into the wallet itself, and you connect the wallet to your computer and transact from the wallet. It's very safe. What else about security? Oh, there's something. Oh, don't do crypto on a phone. And I don't use Wi-Fi either when I'm transacting. What does that have to do with anything? Just don't do crypto on a phone. It's my advice. Be very, very careful with your crypto, because if this goes where we think it's going, you're going to be very thankful that you set your crypto security posture up correctly from the beginning. Then you can relax, because if you're doing it on a wallet, on a phone, and if you digitized your seed phrase in any way, then you have a greater than 0 chance of being hacked or drained or anything like that. And I personally do not want that for you. I want you guys to be holding your positions strong. So that's my advice. Be careful. Be careful out there. And if you got any security questions, if you want to learn more about security, search YouTube. Look for a guy named Papa Boner. You can look him up, and he's got some really good content on security, and that should help. I think that's it, guys. Are there any questions? Are there any final questions? Any final comments? Anything? We're going to wrap it up, man. Hour and 23 minutes. Yeah. Give you guys a second. See if there's any slides that I missed. I don't think so. I think we're set, guys. It's a good day. Hey, let's have a look at the chart real quick together. What's happening? We're at ratio is 10.37 right now. That's good. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Pulse is up 11% still. pTGC 25% still. UFO 19%. Dude, we're flying, guys. Yeah, let's run it back to a penny. Run what back to a penny? pTGC hasn't been to a penny yet. Are you talking about Hex? Yeah, guys, we're like maybe 30x from a penny. Something like that. I think we're about 30x. You can see that too on look into ptgc.com, how many X's we are on the homepage from a penny, and we're like something like 30x from a penny. It's nothing. All right, guys, we're going to check out. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you around the blockchain. See ya.